Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to another edition of Baseball Talk on Rojas Media as we continue the top five at each position as we go through the diamond. I've already done catcher, first base, second base, shortstop. You can go find those. I'm going to leave those in the description box below if you haven't caught those. Go watch those after you go watch the top five third basemen, of course. So, but if you've been keeping up with some of the videos, you know I'm going to do these two honorable mentions. Then I'm going to get to the top five. So, third base, the hot corner. Starting with honorable mention number one, Austin Riley. Austin Riley, super duper breakout season for the world champion Atlanta Braves, and was a crucial piece to the Atlanta Braves winning the World Series this year. He went from, is he the future of the Atlanta Braves at third base, wherever he would play, to he's one of the best third basemen in baseball. Not ready to put him in top five, not ready to do the whole Vladdy Guerrero Jr. thing where Vladdy went from we weren't sure yet to he's one of the best hitters in baseball. Not ready there with Austin Riley. He had a couple of seasons to start, and then this year he broke out. Look, Vladdy Jr., we know how good of a hitter he's going to be. With the potential and the age and all that. And kind of similar with Austin, but Austin didn't have a breakout year like Vladdy Jr. did. Okay, we're not going to do that. Vladdy would have won MVP if it wasn't for Ohtani. Austin Riley, he's not going to win MVP. He had a good year, but look, Bryce Harper, Tatis, Soto, they were the top three. Riley's, I know Braves fans were clamoring for that, but obviously Braves fans are going to do that. But so Riley definitely in the conversation. I think he's top seven. Sixth, honorable mention number two, Matt Chapman. And Matt Chapman, for me, makes it on defense alone for the most part. His first 3 or 4 years in the league, he was a good hitter. Was getting on base, hit for a lot of power. Still had 27 home runs last year. But look, 312 on base percentage, and in the shortened season, pandemic season, kind of a rough year at the his discipline at the plate, not so great. But defense alone, look, Matt Chapman's one of the best defensive infielders alone in baseball. So strictly for me, Matt Chapman is still in the top seven. He's sixth, based off his defense alone still, and I think he can come back and still be a good hitter. His first 3 or 4 years, he was a very good hitter. I think he can come back and still be a good hitter. So I'd still leave him at number six. Now let's get into the top five. LA's Justin Turner. We know he's been doing this forever. He's been one of the best third basemen in baseball, since 2014, 2015, and he's still one of the best doing it for me. I've talked about resumes. A lot through these videos so far. And Justin Turner, he's one of those guys with that resume. Yes, he's 37 years old, but what he's done over the past 6 to 7 years, consistently, he gets the nod to be in the top five still. One of the Dodger greats in the last, 15 years. So Justin Turner coming in at number five. Number four, Rafael Devers. Rafael Devers, one of the great young baseball players. I mean, he's 25. I know he's not as young as Tatis and Soto and Vladdy, but he's still young. Look, 25 years old, super young third baseman. Has been one of the best hitting third basemen in baseball the last couple of years. And I mentioned, like I did last video with Bogaerts, is kind of planted in the heart of that lineup with Bogaerts, as Mookie leaves, and Rafi's a big part of that lineup. Big part, with Mookie leaving, still got JD Martinez there, but Mookie, obviously one of the best players in baseball, he leaves. And Rafael Devers, one of the better hitting third basemen in baseball, man. Big piece of those Red Sox teams. And he comes in at number four for me. Defense, not great, but as good of a hitter as he is, and he has been, he comes in at number four. Number three, we all know number three. San Diego Padres, Manny Machado. Yes, Manny has played some shortstop in the past, but he's mostly been a third baseman for his career. We know how good of a fielder he is. We know how good of a hitter he is. I don't really even need to get too much into in on Manny Machado, but we know how good of a player he is. Top 5 in MVP voting the last couple of years. Not this year, but still a good year. His counterpart over there, shortstop Tatis, had an incredible year. Manny, not as of an incredible year, but still one of the best third basemen in baseball to me. As much as people might not like him, still one of the best third basemen in baseball. Comes in at number 3. Number 2 doesn't get talked about enough. I want to say this. Number 2 does not get talked about enough. Cleveland Guardians now, Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez has been just one of the more underrated players overall in baseball to me. And maybe it's because he played with Lindor for a while, and Lindor with the personality and him being one of the, the better shortstops in baseball over the last 5 to 6 years. He got a lot of the spotlight. Not that Ramirez didn't, but Ramirez plays for, the Guardians, who tailed off this year and were just kind of an average team. And I think all of this, to where Lindor overshadowed Ramirez, to the Guardians not being great this year, is kind of just, Ramirez doesn't get enough love. Ramirez has finished how many times in the top 5 to 10 MVP voting? I think 17 and 18 he finished top 3. So Ramirez has been he has been a very good third baseman, defensively and offensively. Has been one of the best, hitters at creating runs in general. So Ramirez, for me, give him some more love. That's my whole thing right here now. Number 2, Jose Ramirez, give him some more love. That's all I ask. And coming in at number 1, Nolan Arenado. Arenado, the best third baseman in baseball since 2014, I'd say, 2015. The last 6 to 7 years, definitely the best third baseman in baseball. If we want to talk about, if I just did a video on the top 5 third basemen in the last 5 to 6 years, Arenado is the guy. But this is currently in 2021. Arenado is still the guy. And I know what people might say about the Coors effect. And look, his numbers dropped off a little bit in St. Louis. His numbers were still good. They weren't as good as they were in Colorado the last 3 to 4 years. But I think he and I think this year coming up is really going to be the test. We'll see if Arenado stays healthy throughout the whole 162 and he puts up good numbers. Then I think we really put it to rest. But for the most part this year, he kind of almost shut the door with he played at Coors, so that's the reason. Still played good defensively. Actually wasn't as good defensively as he was in the past, but he was still good defensively. Won a Gold Glove. I think he won a Platinum Glove. I'm not sure on that. He has 5 now. That's still pretty freaking good. But I think we can all agree still him and Chapman for that best defensive third baseman in baseball. This year is big for Arenado. I think this year is huge as far as him putting the noise to rest about the Coors. If he can have another really good year for St. Louis, it'll put it all to rest. I'm interested to see what this list might be this time next year, what Arenado does in St. Louis this year, and Jose Ramirez not getting enough respect. We'll see how he does this year. I'm really excited to see what this list might look like next year. And I want to know your guys' list. Let me know who are the top 5 third basemen in baseball. You guys let me know on YouTube, on Twitter @Rojas_media_, on Instagram @Rojas_media. Let me know on all these platforms. Until then, we're getting into the outfield next, baby. Look out.